Imagine a world where the most vulnerable, expectant mothers and their unborn children are preyed upon by ruthless criminals in a chilling scheme that blurs the lines between organized crime and outright horror. This isn't just a story from a thriller novel. It's the shocking reality of a female cartel leader dubbed La Diabla, who was recently apprehended in a coordinated effort between U.S. and Mexican forces. But here's where it gets controversial. Is labeling drug cartels as terrorists the right move? Or does it risk escalating conflicts in ways we haven't fully considered? Stick around as we dive into the details of this case, unpacking how it exposes the dark underbelly of transnational crime and why it matters for all of us. Martha Alicia Mendez Aguilar, a notorious figure in Mexico's Jalisco New Generation Cartel, whose moniker, She-Devil, hints at her fearsome reputation, was taken down for her alleged involvement in a gruesome operation involving baby trafficking and organ harvesting. According to reports from CBS News and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, she reportedly targeted impoverished pregnant women, enticing them to secluded spots where she conducted unauthorized cesarean sections. Tragically, these procedures often resulted in the deaths of the mothers, whose organs were then extracted and presumably sold on the black market. The newborns? They were allegedly peddled to American couples for sums reaching up to 250,000 Mexican pesos, which translates to about $14,000 in U.S. currency. To put this in perspective for those new to these topics, cartels like the Jalisco New Generation are powerful criminal syndicates that originated from drug trafficking, but have expanded into a wide array of illicit activities to fund their operations. Think of them as sophisticated businesses that diversify revenue streams much like legitimate companies, but with far deadlier consequences. Joe Kent, who heads the National Counterterrorism Center at the DNI, described this case as a prime illustration of how these terrorist cartels innovate to sustain themselves. This is one example of what terrorist cartels will do to diversify their revenue streams and finance operations, he stated, emphasizing the intelligence provided by U.S. agencies that enabled Mexican authorities to arrest Mendez Aguilar on September 2nd in Juarez, a city right across the border from El Paso, Texas. Kent went on to highlight the human stakes, noting that the lives of innocent women and children depended on her capture. As of now, Aguilar is being held in Mexican custody, and the probe into this alleged network continues. This bust underscores a broader shift in U.S. strategy toward combating Mexican cartel activities, especially following President Trump's executive order in January that classified cartels and transnational gangs as foreign terrorist organizations, FTOs. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel was specifically added to this list in February, and this is the part most people miss. The FTO designation, traditionally reserved for groups like Al-Qaeda, grants the U.S. government enhanced tools to confront these entities. For beginners, this means more than just standard law enforcement tactics. It opens doors to advanced intelligence gathering, economic sanctions that freeze assets, and even potential military assistance. It's a powerful escalation, designed to go beyond typical criminal prosecutions and disrupt these organizations at their core. But is this approach effective, or does it inadvertently fuel more violence? Some experts argue it could lead to unintended consequences, like increased cartel retaliation or strained international relations. Keep up with today's most important news. Stay on top of the latest developments with Evening Update. Thanks for signing up. What do you think? Does treating cartels like terrorist groups make sense in the fight against crime, or is it an overreach that could backfire? Do you believe cases like this one reveal a deeper systemic issue in border security and global crime prevention? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear agreements, disagreements, or even alternative viewpoints on how we should tackle these shadowy threats.